Okay, I'm recording. Hey guys, this is our Team on the Run call for August, and we are lucky enough to have Sydney with us tonight. Sydney is the Central Region Sales Manager. Yes, am I right with that? And have you been with Beachbody how long? 4 years?
3 years. I just hit my 3 years.
Okay. And she is in Utah, and Sydney and I have pretty recently connected just for a one-on-one call. She really kind of kicked my butt into gear with some of the, oh my goodness, some of the actions that I could be taking in my business to grow it and just 10x it with some more consistency and just do bigger and better things. And so I really wanted her to be able to take time out of her busy life and for you guys to be able to take time out of your busy lives to hear what she has to say with her top tips for having a successful business. And anytime we get the opportunity to hear from corporate, it's pretty special. So I'm really honored that she took the time to chat with us, and I'm really grateful for you guys for tuning in. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Sydney, because I know your time is valuable. But if Joel walks in, you need to
If Joe walks in, I'll grab him. He's roaming around somewhere. I know he has until his car's picking him up at 6, so he has an hour left. But like I said, they went to go get tacos. It's rest day here, right? But the team made us work out, so everyone just treating themselves to tacos now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here with you guys. I am a fast talker, so I apologize right now, and we'll get through this in a half 25 minutes. I'll have you guys done by 5:30 or 6:30 your time, so you guys can get back to your busy life. But no, I'm really, really honored to come talk to you guys today. I'm going to make this hopefully, quick, not only quick, but hopefully you have some actual items and know kind of where to go from here. So, like Jess said, I've been with Beachbody for 3 years, and by doing that, and so I guess, let me start here. I've been with Beachbody for 3 years. I work in the Central Region, and I work with 3 to 8 stars in the Central Region. Before I started working with 3 to 8 stars, I worked with diamonds to 2 stars for a few years too. So I kind of understand, what coaches get stuck on and what they need help with, and the difference between it, right? So, I've kind of narrowed down everything I've learned in the past 3 years to 3 simple steps to run a successful Beachbody business. Now, with these 3 steps, I will tell you this. They come in order. You have to master the first one before you master the second one. You have to master the second one before you master the third one, okay? So you can't just jump to the third one and think you're going to be good to go. It starts 1, then you can go to 2, and then you can go to 3. So let's start, right? Okay, so number 1 tip I have to have the most successful business at Beachbody, and you guys are probably all going to roll your eyes at me, but the number 1 tip is you have to hit Success Club. Okay, I'm sure you've heard this 100 times. I want you to hear it from me, and I want you to hear it from corporate. You have to hit Success Club every single month. You have to help at least 3 people every single month into a challenge group, into the coaching opportunity, which we'll talk about. But that is the most important. I call this #DoYourCrap. Okay, so I know sometimes hitting Success Club is not the most sexiest and funnest part of Beachbody, but it really is the most important, and so that's kind of why I call it #DoYourCrap. So I do want to share my screen really fast, if that's okay. Just to this funnel that I use called #DoYourCrap funnel. Can you guys see this? Okay, so easy peasy. I just want to go over it for the very beginning. How do you hit Success Club? How do you #DoYourCrap? Because this is the most important thing you need to be doing every single day. 1, show up and share your journey on social media every single day. Guys, before and afters speak so much louder than words. Use your transformation. Use your transformation of your challengers. Use transformation of your team, of different programs. We have before and afters everywhere at your fingertips to use. Start sharing your journey, how you're getting up and working out every day, how you're sticking with the program, but also share before and afters of programs of your challengers. You almost want to look at your social media. This is mainly on social media. This is your storefront, right? So when people come to your storefront, what are they seeing? Are they understanding that you're an online fitness coach? Are they understanding that you could help them? Are they understanding that you can help them maybe lose 10 to 40 pounds by Halloween? That's the type of stuff that I want your social media to kind of portray, and that's by sharing your journey, showing what you're doing, showing that you're consistent, showing that you're showing up every single day. This next step is intentionally expand your network. Guys, we need more eyeballs to see your stuff you're sharing, right? So I always recommend to go out there and probably add at least 10 new people a day to your social media. If not 20, if you're comfortable with 10 already, bump it up to 20 because we're 10xing our business right now. So intentionally expand your network. Instagram, like go find your people through hashtags and follow them, like them, comment on them, and we'll kind of get through that too. But like really start intentionally expanding your network, 10 people per day. The next step is genuinely connect with people. Guys, have you ever noticed that when you're on Instagram or Facebook or whatever platform you use, like the person's information that comes up very first that you're always constantly seeing, or the stories are constantly seeing, are like honestly the people that you genuinely care about. It's usually like your best friend or your spouse or aunt or your cousin or your uncle, like people that you're honestly genuinely caring about you're seeing their stuff first. So I want you to expand that and genuinely connect with all the other people too, because what's going to happen with Facebook and Instagram algorithms is if you go, say I go to someone's page, I'm a dog mom, so I see someone post a picture of their dog. So right below, I would genuinely connect with them and say, oh my gosh, this is the cutest dog ever. What kind is it? I'm genuinely connecting. I'm genuinely asking this person a question. And what's going to happen when that person answers me back and says, oh, it's a boxer? Instagram and Facebook are very smart, and they're going to kind of link your accounts, and they're going to be like, oh, this person's friends with this person. Let me start showing you all my feed. Okay, so when I'm saying genuinely connect with people, like it doesn't need to be this long crazy post or this long crazy DM, nothing like that. It's like genuinely connect with them. Ask people questions. Even if you already know the answer, ask people questions, because that's genuine. That shows that person that you genuinely care about them. You care what they're doing. You want to know their advice. You want to know what type of dog they have or where they got that lamp or whatever it is. So genuinely connect with 20 people a day. And then the last part of hashtag do your crap is you actually have to promote, do a call to action, and invite to your challenge group, your sneak peek, your coaching opportunity, whatever it is. But the call to action is the most important part of hashtag do your crap. It really is, because it's like, okay, when is the last time that you publicly did a call to action? When is the last time that you actually said to somebody, girl, I would... who wants to lose 10 to 15 pounds by Halloween? I keep using Halloween. By Halloween, swipe up and let me know, or drop your favorite emoji below and let me know. Like all the stuff that you can do to start doing like hard call to actions in your social media. And it's not just once a week. I want you to start getting comfortable with them, doing them every single day. Like posting on there, like who wants to join my team? Swipe up. Who wants to lose 10 pounds? Drop your favorite emoji below. Who wants to, pay for their groceries every single month, I think is a great example. Like, oh, I'm so grateful that my part-time job, I'm able to take that income and pay for my groceries every single month. Guys, that is so, so powerful. And I honestly think most Americans want to figure out, and Canadians and people in the UK want to figure out how to just pay for their groceries every single month, or how to take their family on a trip. But you have to do those call to actions and say, who wants to pay for their groceries every single month? Who wants to learn how to pay for their utilities? Who wants to come join me on this great adventure with incredible women or an incredible team? Like that's just a few examples of call to actions, but I want you to get super, super comfortable with them. And if you start doing those every single day, sharing your journey, adding people to your network, I'd say 10 to 20 a day, genuinely connect with people, 20 a day minimum. And then those promotes, call to actions, and those personal invites. Personal invites are just as important. Like it's really reaching out there and telling people like, hey girl, thanks for following my stuff. Are you on your own fitness journey? That's a great question to ask to kind of start promoting an inbound. Okay. Or hey girl, you're so inspiring. Are you a coach as well? I think that's also kind of a great question to start asking people. So if they come back to you and say, no, I'm not a coach, what's a coach? You can say, oh, let me tell you because I think you'd be great at it, right? Or, yes, I'm already coached, and okay, well, the ship is sailed. Or, I've been thinking about it, but can you give me more information? That's a great question to ask, and that's kind of what I think is like doing that invite, but it's kind of the DM back in the back, kind of behind the scenes a little bit. And I recommend trying to invite or DM people at least 10 to 15 people per day. Like, if you guys are comfortable with that, like, I'll give you higher numbers because I think you guys could do 20 a day. I've heard people doing 50 a day. Bree Headley is a coach who's in Chicago but now moved to Florida, and she does 100 invites every day. And I'll tell you what's happened to her business this last year. She was a 2-star in June, and now she's qualifying 7-star. She'll hit 7-star next week, and she's going for superstar by the end of the year because she does 100 invites a day. Now, I know you guys are busy. I don't expect you guys to do that. I think that is like triple Xing your business, and I don't want to scare you off, but I want you to get comfortable with 10 to 20 and hashtag do your crap. This is the most important thing you can do with your business daily. Okay, I want to stop and share my screen so I can keep seeing you guys. So yes, 10Xing it, hashtag do your crap, most important thing you can do. Are you guys ready for step 2? Okay, remind you, you cannot move on to step 2 until you do your crap, okay? Step number 2 to have a successful Beachbody business, you have to recruit. You have to recruit coaches. You have to recruit people who are wanting this business, who will see the idea of like had an awesome challenge group and feel so good and got amazing results. And then those are the people you want to recruit into asking them to be a coach. I'll tell you this story. So before I was with Beachbody, I was in the mortgage industry, and I was in the mortgage industry for like 8 years. And, I was in my 20s. I have 2 younger sisters, and I got promoted over to Beachbody, and I heard about the network. And I never really heard about the network before. And so people were like, oh, Beachbody's saturated. Like, there's too many Beachbody coaches. And I kept talking to all these coaches, and they kept giving me these complaints. And I was like, I don't believe it. Like, I don't know one person in my life who's a Beachbody coach. This is the first time I've heard of it. So I did a little bit of homework, and I went to my personal Facebook, and I had like 1,000 friends, like nothing crazy. But I went to them and I started scrolling through all my social media. And I found one girl I was friends with who was a Beachbody coach. So I reached out to her, and she was also in the mortgage industry. So I'm like, hey, I'm like, small world. I work for Beachbody Corporate now in Salt Lake. I'm like, I see that you're a coach. Can I ask you a question of why you've never invited me to a challenge group or a sneak peek or the coaching opportunity? And I'll never forget what she said. She goes, Sid, why would I? She says, I see you posting pictures of you on your boat. I see you posting pictures of you on the beach, and physically it doesn't look like you need a transformation, right? You look fine. And she's like, and the coaching opportunity, she's like, you have a boat and you're always on vacation and you're always having so much fun. So she's like, it doesn't look like you need the opportunity and the income either. And honestly, I'm still actually, but I was like super, super offended by what she said to me, because I'll tell you one thing. I would never in my life, and still to this day, post on social media that I've had struggled with eating disorders for the past 12 years. I've had to go to counseling for it. I've passed it along to my little sisters. I've tried every get skinny, quick tip, wrap, formula pill, all that stuff, which probably ruined my metabolism. But I've done all of that. Have I ever posted that on social media? Guess what? I have an eating disorder. Help me? No. I didn't necessarily think I had one. I thought I'm just trying anything I possibly can to feel good about myself, but it was the wrong way to do it, right? And another thing I would never, ever, ever in my life post on social media is that I cried every single day driving home from my mortgage industry job. I absolutely hated it. Yes, it paid the bills, but I hated it. I treated everyone like a transaction. I didn't really care what was happening because I was fighting for my income, right? So it's just I wasn't in a great spot. But she looked at me, she looked at my profile, she looked at my pictures, she looked at me and decided that for me. She doesn't need this. So she took the decision away from me, which, guys, that is not your job. I'm sorry, and I will squash this right now, but it is not your job to make other people's decisions for them. I'll say it again. It is not your job to make other people's decisions for them. And when is the last time you've done that? I bet you today. I bet you're scrolling through social media and you're like, I should invite this person. Oh, I don't think this person would want this. She seems fine. And so you passed over that person, right? You guys have probably done it 100 times. But I want to repeat this again. It is not your job to make other people's decisions for them. And I feel like with the inviting process, we do that way too much. I got passed over of something that has changed my life in the 3 years, and I freaking wish I had this 10 years ago. You know what? you know how much I would have like, oh my gosh, my life would be completely, I mean, it took me the 3, like, you know, you get it. Like, I wish I had it 10 years ago because my life would be a lot different. My sister's life would be a lot different. Like, I would have carried this different life on, but she looked at me and made that decision for me. So that's what I want to talk about recruiting about is I want you guys to start inviting, start asking, say, hey, I have this great opportunity. I have this gift. Guys, every single one of you has this gift in your hands. And when you're not sharing this and when you're not inviting people to this gift, I'm sorry, but I kind of think it makes you selfish a little bit. I think you guys can share this gift. I think you guys should want to share this gift. Like Beachbody truly, truly, truly changes people's lives. It's changed mine. I'm sure it's had some sort of great impact on every single one of yours. Even if you're a brand new coach, even if you're a diamond, even if you're an elite coach, whatever it is, Beachbody has changed your life, and it will, and it's going to go, and it's going to keep, it's going, you get it. So, so recruiting, like I totally recommend, and it kind of depends on, are you guys all diamonds? Raise your hand if you're a diamond. Okay, so emerald. Okay, a coach, star, diamond, and above. Okay, I just wanted to kind of see who I was looking at. So, recruiting, I think it's super, super, super important. That's why it's the number 2 step in this business is you have to invite and you have to recruit coaches. I recommend, I'd love to see at least 2 to 5 coaches a month. I think is a great number for you guys to all go off of. And I think you guys can. I think 2 to 5 a month is a reasonable amount of coaches to recruit. It just kind of goes to, are you talking about it? Are you confident about it? Are you confident about what Beachbody has? I know I am so freaking confident about this business. I scream it from the rooftops to people, right? Danielle Notoni is a great example. She is so confident about Beachbody. She is screaming it from the rooftops. Every single person knows. And you don't need to go out there and be like, I'm a Beachbody coach. But I want you to go out there and be confident with, I have a gift and I can help you change your life. Even if it's with the fitness or the business, because I think the business is the fitness and the fitness is the business. I think they go hand in hand, and it's up to you to invite. Because remember, it is not your decision to make for other people. Okay. Are we ready for step 3?
Can I just interject for 1 minute? Because I think that is a beautiful, sorry, of course, my kid threw a spoon. But I think that is a beautiful point that you just made, Sydney, because I think one thing that I have assumed many, many times is that somebody is too busy for this business. Like I used to think that about Megan Kitsy Ward. She's like the busiest person I know, and she's rocking her business. So I think everybody on this call is extremely busy. And just because someone loves their full-time job or is really good at it doesn't mean that they don't need this.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that's powerful because I struggle with that. I struggle with assuming that someone's going to say no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's intimidating a little bit. It's hard to get those no's, and sometimes those no's can be defeating. But hey, at least you got an answer, and at least that person made their own freaking decision for them and not you. So I think that's just so important to always keep in mind, like, I'm going to share this gift. If they say yes, that's great. If they say no, then it's a no, or it's a no, not right now. Follow up with them in a month, because now they're watching you, and they're watching you like a hawk too. So that's why consistency is so important after that and everything. Okay, step number 3. Ready for step number 3? So you can't move on to step number 3 until you've honestly mastered step 1 and 2. But step number 3, piece of cake, getting your coaches to Success Club. That's it. That's the only 3 steps you honestly need in Beachbody. Hit Success Club, recruit, get your coaches to Success Club. You do those 3 things, and you guys can turn this business into anything you want. Now, with step 3, I won't go into it tons because I don't believe that a lot of you guys are in that space yet. That space usually doesn't come until you're like 2-star around, or even like time management wise. Okay, like even star, diamond, and above is when you start worrying about that. I recommend if you're a diamond, I always kind of recommend like 80-20. And what I mean by that is anytime you're working Beachbody, 80% of that time is with your business and your business only. And that's step 1 and 2. Success Club, recruiting. And then 20% of the time is helping your coaches hit Success Club or helping with your coaches. Now, if you're below diamond, you're 100% on step 1 and step 2. Like, I just want you to feed your pipeline of people who want to come into your challenge groups, who people want to get results, people want to go in this business. So where you're just have this handful of people that you're helping. And then after that happens, then you can kind of go step 3 and be like, okay, out of this handful of people I'm helping, I've recruited 10 people. I'm almost to diamond. I just need 2 emeralds. And that's kind of who you start looking at your people and like, okay, I have these 10 people, who wants to pump it up a little bit? Who wants to go to the next step? Who can I have start hitting Success Club? And that's where it goes from there, okay? But most of you guys don't even need to worry about that step right now. Like, really concentrate, go back, 10x, first step, Success Club, second step, recruiting. And like I said, you do those 3 steps 24/7, especially step 1 and 2, because it's your business and it's what you can control. This will be anything you guys possibly want. Like, you guys can grow this business. You guys can grow this business in an hour. I've seen very, 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 very tons and tons and tons of very successful coaches build this business in an hour time. Like, I know you guys are moms. I know you guys work full time. I know you guys are busy. But when you have this hour to work Beachbody every day, I want you to hashtag do your crap. Okay. Be on step 1 and 2. Don't even worry about step 3 yet, because you have an hour and it's where you're concentrated at. You can't look at all the shiny objects out there. Like, this business is so simple. It just takes it takes action to do it, not as many as like the second guessing and stuff like that. Like, stop second guessing yourselves, guys. Like, you guys got this. So you just have to run out there and start 10xing it and hashtag do your crap. Okay. So, last thing I wanted to throw out, okay, so this, I always love to do like a call to action at the end of my calls. And because Utah, we have the recognition team here. So I don't know if you heard of the Utah swag closet. Like, we have a ginormous closet full of swag. And I love to give it out on team calls. But it needs to be something good. And I love cutoff dates too. So Jessica is probably going to have to help me with this. So let me look at my calendar. Okay, September 27th, that's what I'm doing. It's 1 month, okay? A little bit more than 1 month, because that's a Thursday, so that's the bonus, like a payday, so we can look at it. So by September 27th, if you rank event, so wherever you're at today, if you're a diamond, it's to 1 star. If you're an emerald, it's to diamond. If you're a coach, it's to emerald. Whatever you're at today, if you rank events, and you can't get back to it too. Like, if you're a diamond and you fell off, you can't just get back to diamond. Like, I want you to rank advance to the next level. Does that make sense? So if you rank advance by September 27th, you message me, say, Sydney, I did it. I will go into the swag closet and I'll send you a whole bunch of crap. Does that work? Is that exciting? You feel like you guys can do it? Okay. So, like I said, you'll have to message me. So I want you guys to all add me as a friend too. So it's Sydney J. Mower. Just typed it in the chat. So make sure you guys all add me on Facebook. Make sure you message me on Facebook saying, it's on Jessica's call. This is what happened. This is what you challenged me for. I did it. And I'll go in the office and off the swag closet and send you some swag. Cool? Okay.
Who's got questions? Yeah, sorry. Who's got questions for Sydney?
I'm an open book. No questions. This is my favorite part, is questions.
Usually our team is very curious. Oh, Melissa's got one. Good.
I would just say, like, ask for any tips on recruiting. I mean, I know obviously the basics, doing my crap, sometimes falling off of that, trying to be more consistent with that. But then I think where I haven't grown, especially in regards to like rank advancing, is recruiting. And I know I don't talk about the opportunity enough, and you did touch on that. And I love your thing about not deciding for people. I've learned that in regards to challengers too, not assuming who would be open to a challenge or not. So I love that piece, and I found that to be true too. But recruitment, any tips or feedback on that would be helpful?
Yes. So I'm a true believer of what you talk about is what you attract. So if you're just out there, and I don't know, I'm not like looking at any of your social medias or anything like that, but if you're just out there talking about life almost, and you're not talking about like, oh, I'm so like, especially if you do this part-time. I think if you do this part-time, you almost have like a leg up on a lot of other people. Do you do this part-time? Okay, I think you have a leg up on other people, especially going into the holiday season. Like, you have to talk about, I'm so grateful that my part-time job lets me pay for my groceries every single month. I'm so grateful for my part-time job. I get to work from home, my part-time job. I'm so grateful that, you know, I'm able to help people with my part-time job. Like, you really want to just start talking about it, because what you talk about is what you attract, is my number one thing, and then call to actions with it. Number two is consistency. If you ever went to a tattoo parlor, and you looked at the tattoo parlor and you walked in and you were like, okay, I want this tattoo. Wouldn't you want to see someone's books first? Wouldn't you want to see someone's work first before you trusted in them? Kind of same thing with you guys. Like, social media is so powerful. You guys need to show what you can do with it. If it's the transformations, if it's with the business, if it's the smallest things with the business, like the pay for your groceries type of thing. Like, that's the type of thing you want to start showing. And then it's a ton of consistency on top of this. I heard the statistic the other day, and I heard it, I think it was the Gary Vee or something like that. But he said it takes someone on average 33 times to see something for them to register like, oh my gosh, maybe I need this in my life. 33 times. So let's use an example of your energized. Like, in the morning you wake up, you're like, good morning, social media world. Are you mixing your energize? Okay. And have you done it consistently for 33 days in a row? I'm guessing most of you guys probably haven't. If you have, freaking awesome. Are you sharing your workouts 33 days in a row? Are you sharing something about your life and the coaching thing 33 days in a row? Because that's how long it takes. So if you feel like, you know, you're recruiting and your social media is just like, oh, I'll do it here, and then like 2 weeks later you talk about it, and 1 week after that you talk about it, and you're just kind of like, you know, a roller coaster ride. People aren't quite registering that you're looking for someone. Does that make sense? So I think talking about it more, hashtag do your crap so consistently. The more people you add to your network, the more people you connect with, the more people you can invite. And just going out there and like really honing in on hashtag do your crap. And that's going to help you with as well. More people will see your stuff too.
Yeah, and that's helpful. And I think for me too, a lot of times is going from like not really having working coaches to like almost how to present and emphasize like the team and what we are. And I know obviously I have like the team above me, but below me, to be like why someone would want to be with me when it's like I don't have that, you know what I mean, to go from like really beginning a team and trying to like kind of sell that component of it. Maybe my wording isn't correct, but you know what I mean, like when you're just really trying to get things going, and maybe that's like pretending, like almost trying to picture yourself like you're already that coach with that whole team and taking it seriously like that, even though underneath the surface, that's not really what it's like. There's like no working coaches, just a few discounts.
Yes, confidence is key. Confidence in you. If someone who walks in the room and has all the confidence in the world, it doesn't matter how many people they have following or team or something like that, you're drawn to them. You need to start treating your business like the 5-star coach business you are. Like, treat your business, everyone here needs to start treating their business like they already are an elite coach. Like, I'm an elite coach, I'm confident, I know you can come in, I know I can help you, I know I can make you successful. And it truly like shows so much, like it, even without you even thinking it shows when you're not confident on every single post, on every single word, on every single time you're talking to someone. Like, people are drawn to confidence. And if you're not confident, people can see that. Like, I just know, for example, with me, like even like probably for all of us girls, like the day that you guys wake up and you like, and you put on like actual clothes and you put on some makeup and you go out to the world, like you feel confident, you feel better, you're like going to talk to people, you feel like you know, like like you just get it more, like you feel better about yourself. And then the days you wake up and you roll out of bed, which 90% of the time is me. But you roll out of bed and you have no makeup on and your hair haven't washed for 2 months. Like, your confidence goes down, right? You run into your friend, at the grocery store and you're like, look like crap and you're like, haven't washed your hair in 2 months. Like, you have no confidence and they can see that. But if you walked up and you're like, I haven't showered in 2 months, like, I'm still great and blah, blah, blah. Like, people love that. People are drawn to confidence. So when you were just saying that to me, like, that's the first thing that popped into my head. So I'm like, girl, you need to own it. You need to have confidence. You need to treat this business like the $1 million business it is. And you're at $1 million leader. Like, every single one of you guys are that coach. And as soon as you start believing it, everyone else will believe it. Does that help? Cool. Carla, did you have a question too?
Yeah, so I feel really silly that I didn't know about this being a coach as long as I have been, but the +2 thing, I just learned about that like within the last month.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to strategize, like, I don't know if this is more just personal preference, but like, my husband is one of my coaches. Is it more beneficial to put my +2 under me, especially, I mean, it would probably get me closer to, either way, like, it'll get me closer to diamond, because I had a lot of, just discount coaches that quit. And so I'm kind of rebuilding my coaches again. But then also I'm under the same boat as Melissa, where I just haven't found any working coaches. So I could put them under him, get him to emerald. So I'm trying to just kind of like weigh, I guess I don't know like all the benefits and the cons to either or. So trying to figure out what would be most beneficial.
Yeah, that's a good question. So your spouse is one of yours.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so you have one more spot, you're saying?
Yeah.
Because you +2. So, and you're going to hate this answer of me because I'm not going to really give you one. That's one thing that the coach development team here, like, you could probably call compliance and talk to them, or coach relations, but we don't really like to talk ton of strategy with like placement and stuff like that, and what you should do with your business. Like, should you place it on your spouse, stuff like that? Because what if something happens and you come back to me like, Sydney told me to place it here, because everything's kind of a guessing game when you're placing, right?
Right.
I love the spouse account. I think the spouse account is great. Usually people put it on the other side. So they have like a diamond that they control in the long run, like one on each side if they need it. That's usually what I see. Now, I would say this too, whoever you +2 are, like, those two people, they need to understand Beachbody, right? They need to understand, like, I'm a Beachbody coach. They need to understand, people on their team and stuff like that, because compliance will, like, if people don't understand that they're a coach, compliance will come in and cancel them and all this stuff. So just be smart with it too. So I technically, probably, my personal opinion, I probably technically wouldn't place them underneath your spouse account for 2 more people. To get your spouse to emerald. Like, I think if you # do your crap and you get in and you're inviting more people to this business, even if they're discount coaches, like, guys, any person in your challenge group, like, sign them up as a freaking discount coach. Why wouldn't you? Any challenge pack you sell, like, great, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sign you up as a discount coach. You're not only going to get a discount on your Shakeology, but we're also going to rock the basics together, and I'm going to show you how to make some money or get your Shakeology paid for. Like, it can be a simple process. So put a couple discount coaches underneath there for your spouse to be emerald, but I probably wouldn't waste that other one on your spouse. But like I said, it's completely up to you.
Said nothing.
It's up to you.
Thanks.
Of course. Any other questions?
Sydney, any advice? I don't know if you guys have run into this. I know Tracy has. I felt like signing discount coaches used to be like a really natural process for me. And the last few times I've approached people on it, they've acted like I'm trying to like get them to sell me their firstborn child. Have you guys felt that way lately? Like, what's the catch? What's the scam? Like I'm being creepy, And so I really liked the way you just phrased that. So talk to us about like offering, because I just think it's silly. If you're going to keep drinking Shakeology, why wouldn't you be a coach? But I feel like, am I making any sense? Are you guys met with people who act like you're totally creepy?
I don't think they like the automatic like charge out of their account every month is what I get people. Like, they don't want to sign up for something where there's going to be an automatic like coaching fee every month. That stops some people and makes them hesitant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, a great question. What I've seen people do is, and I'll kind of go back to confidence too. Like when you have people trusting in you and people are like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to buy a challenge pack. Like you kind of got them, right? So you have to kind of assume the step. Like I mean, and I kind of go back and forth on this because it really does depend. Like, meet your people where they're at. Like, don't force them into being a discount coach if they really don't want to be a discount coach. But if someone's like wanting to buy a challenge pack from me, I'd be like, great, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sign you up as a discount coach because you'll get a discount on your shake. This program is 8 weeks, so you're going to need it for 2 months anyways. So we're going to make sure you get a discount on both 2 months. Like, you have to show, like I wouldn't ever like list the options. Like you can be a discount coach or you can just be a customer. Like I would just start with the discount coach thing. I'd be like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Like have the confidence in the sell and kind of assume the sell a little bit. Like, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sign you up as a discount coach because of X, Y, Z. And then after that, if you want to help 3 people, we can get your Shakeology paid for. If not, then let's just throw you in my program. 8 weeks, you're going to need a discount anyways. I'm so excited for you to get started. Like, the only reason why they know that there's another option of just being a customer and not being a discount coach is probably because somewhere you're telling them that, which is okay. I mean, people with that, and if they really are bugged, like, okay, well, I don't want you to have I don't want to pay this fee, blah, blah, never mind. Then be like, okay, whoa, you don't have to do that. We can just also sign you up as a customer, no big deal. And I think if you lead with it and you have that confidence in the delivery almost and assume it, like, okay, this is a step, people will do it. I think same with coaching too. Like, and then, this is good too. Like if you sign up that discount coach, I'd be like, great, we're so excited for you to get started. Welcome to my group. I've noticed that the best challengers always bring a buddy with them. Who is your buddy that you want to have sign up and do Lift 4 with you? Okay? That is gold. So right then, they're like being like, oh my gosh, my best friend wants to do Lift 4 with me too. Like, great, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have her sign up underneath you.
You are crazy.
Does that make sense?
Oh, sorry.
So it's like always like those referrals. And I wouldn't even keep it as a referral. I would do like, okay, we're going to sign that person up underneath you and you're going to get more of a discount. But every single person that came, challenger, customer, coach, like I would always say, okay, who's your buddy that's going to do this with you? Because guys, especially girls, we do nothing alone, right? Like I do everything with my best friend. I take her, we've tried every single fitness program out there and we do it together. So everyone has a friend, a mom, a sister, a brother, a dad, whatever, that you can be like, oh, this person would probably love to do it with me. That's my thoughts. Does that help?
It does. It does. Thank you. Sorry for the screaming.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. It's actually much quieter here than usual, as you guys know, but that does help. Thank you, Sydney.
Oh, good. Yeah, of course. Any other questions, guys? Cool. Okay. Well, I think that's all I got for you. I hope I get a message from you guys on September 27th.
Heck yeah. Can I offer it to the people who watch the recording too, Sydney?
Of course.
All right. Thank you. I took lots of notes and I just feel like I have some really solid takeaways and action steps, and I hope you guys do too. So I really appreciate your time tonight and all of your times being on here. So thank you so much, Sydney.
Thank you, guys. I hope you have a great night, and I hope to see you guys soon. And even if you're not like a 3 to 8 star, that's who I work with, but message me. Like I'm here for you guys 24/7. Like, so just seriously message me if you need anything at all.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.